So let's go through the different property types that you can add into your table. The atoms property will display all the atoms of the corresponding page in the table. So these atoms have been captured from the web page that has been added into this table. If you click on the title, you will access some of the further options for the atoms property. You can use this show count toggle to swap between displaying the text of your atoms or a total number of atoms for that page. There's also the option to filter your atoms, and we'll cover this in a different video. In an atoms column, for every corresponding row, you can also add atoms by using the Add Atom button. Subpages are pages that sit underneath a page. Any subpages that you add to a page or row of a table will display in the subpages property. And you can use this property in your table to quickly see what pages and information sits underneath the page. You can add new subpages by using the plus button. In your table, you can also navigate straight to the subpage by clicking it to open it up. Use this to jump straight to the information of interest in your workspace. If we click on the title to look at any other options for the subpage property, you will see that there's also the option to filter by linked pages, and we'll cover this in a separate video. By default, any new properties that you add are of type text. To change them, you click the title and then use the drop down to navigate to the property of choice. Linked pages are pages that are connected to each other. Any pages that are linked to the page in this row of the table would display here. So if I open up this page, and then through the properties bar, add a linked page, when I navigate back to the table view, close the properties bar, you will see that the page that I just added as a linked page displays in this column. Just like with subpages, you can navigate straight to this page and open it up by clicking on it. The text property lets you add any text that you like into the box. You can use buttons to automate actions in your workspace. And you can set up actions using the button settings. You can change the title, and then you can choose from the available actions using the drop-down arrow. You'll then be prompted to add properties from your table to complete the email action, or to add a URL or select a property to link to for link. Any tags that you add here can only be used within this table. They aren't the same as tags that you would add to your atoms. With the tags property, you create a predetermined list of options that you can choose from, and you can add as many tags as you like for any of the rows in your table. Use the three dots button to change the color of your tag or to edit the name of your tag. You can also delete a tag using the bin icon. The rating property allows you to give your page a score from 1 to 10. Choose number for any numerical data that you want to add into your table. Select image to be able to upload different images into your table. You can insert from URL or upload directly from your computer. You can use the plus button to add further images. The select property is similar to the tags property, in that you create a list of different options to choose from, but you can only choose one option from the list that you create. Use the three-dot button to edit your option or delete it. Checkbox is useful to distinguish between two different options, such as yes, no, true, false, off, on, particularly useful for things like to-do lists. Linked table is a relational database feature. You can use this to link the current table to another table in your workspace. When you select it, you'll be prompted to choose from one of the other tables in your workspace. Once the tables have been linked, when you go to enter info into that box, you'll be able to choose from any of the pages that are in that linked table. You can add as many of the pages that are relevant from that linked table. There are some further options available with linked tables. If you click on the title to expand the property info, you will see that there's an option called Atom Inheritance. And you can choose from any of the options here to determine how the atoms behave between the linked tables. No inheritance means that the atoms stay separate. Pass atoms to task list means that any of the atoms from this corresponding page in this table will also display for the pages in the linked table. And inherit atoms means that any of the atoms that are in the pages of this linked table will also display for the page in this current table. Use date to add dates into your table for things like due dates or deadlines. Created by shows you who created the page in this current table. Date created shows you when the page was first added into the table. And last edited shows you who and when the page was last updated. So now you have an intro to each of the property types and can choose from them to organize your information in tables.